You loved your husband. He was goal-oriented, powerful, strong-willed, determined, and rich, giving you a lifestyle any woman dreamed of. You quit your job to live in his giant luxury city apartment, went shopping in the most decadent and extravagant stores, and you had connections amongst the greatest elites of the country. The pocket money your husband gave you was more than enough for your needs, while he was on his never-ending grind set. Today was cleaning day. Your husband didn't believe in hiring maids and butlers. They were a waste of money. Why should he pay for that if he could have you do it for free? And you agreed to it. Simply by keeping a certain amount of cleanliness, that job was done and over with quite quickly. You vacuumed, put clothes in the washing machine, and ironed his expensive suits. And all of that was done in under 4 hours, allowing you to take the rest of the day off. So you set up your treadmill in front of the huge TV that he owned and started your workout routine while watching NHN, the New Hero News, a 24/7 news network talking about anything interesting happening in the world of humanity's finest from all around the world. Right now, they showed a broadcast about Germany's #1 hero, Lady Seraph, who was going to be married to the country's leader, Saint Otto Ludwig Apocalypse the Holy Blade. You were happy for the two, but you really had been hoping there would be some interesting news regarding your beloved husband. Knowing his routine though, he was probably working out right now inside of his private office gym at this agency. Maybe you should pay him a surprise visit. The heroes employed by him always treated you like a queen, and it was quite fun. Honestly, if someone would have gone and told your 6-year-old self that the chance encounter with your husband's friend Deku would change your life by saving you out of the clutches of the Yakuza, but also years later at the age of 22 again by marrying Japan's most influential and richest hero, you probably would have broken out into tears, begging them to stop trying to make you hope for anything, really. You ended your workout after an hour, and after a long and pleasant shower, you went into the kitchen. Your husband loved the home-cooked meals that you made. The recipes you learned thanks to your adoptive father. His lunch break would soon happen. He was quite powerful and needed a lot of protein and energy. So you made him pork cutlet bowl with a double serving of pork with extra rice. Yes, your beloved could eat a lot, but that really didn't hurt his figure at all. Putting the meal into a transport box, you got dressed. You had learned that in a world such as the one you were found yourself living in, elegance wasn't really practiced anymore, which was a shame. Hoping to be able to change that, you put on a black casual business dress, as per usual. Brushed your hair until you felt no resistance from knots anymore, before gently applying a very minimal amount of makeup, and gently setting a black sun hat on the horn protruding from your head to cover it up. Both you and your husband didn't believe in wasting large sums of cash on clothing, so despite the sheer extravagance and beauty your outfit exhumed, it wasn't all that expensive really. Taking the lunchbox, you made your way to your husband's hero agency. You had known the man you ended up marrying for many years. He was in high school when you two first met. While you were only 7 years old at the time, you actually had been a little taller than him. Also, he was a bit of a weirdo. Though he still was a little strange now, of course. Even the most perfect man did have his flaws after all. It was just something you had to deal with. When he left his high school at the age of 18, you had lost sight of him. only occasionally hearing about him while you did your own schoolwork. Until one fateful day. It was at UA's class reunion party, and you were accompanying your adoptive father, as he had been the homeroom teacher of him. At the time you were 20 years old, and he just reached 29. He was now super tall, at least 6'10", making him even taller than the pro hero Endeavor, who only stood at 6'5". He was quite muscular, but not threateningly so. A perfect physique. His face sharp like it had been chiseled from pure marble, from the most skilled craftsman of ancient Greece. Even the little speech impediment he had in high school was completely gone now. He instantly recognized you while you honestly didn't. Yet, you were instantly attracted to him. And it seemed like a lot of the women in attendance were as well. That's where you learned that he had been slowly amassing unimaginable riches, and at the time he was only waiting for the moment he would step into the limelight and truly become the #1 hero, not just of Japan, but the world. A lofty goal considering the world-renowned Lady Seraph of Germany. And after that evening, the two of you dated for an entire year, before both of you just happened to propose at the same time to each other, during a wonderful beach walk date. That day had been the second happiest day of your life, while your most happy was definitely the incredibly amazing wedding day, followed by an unforgettable honeymoon to Hawaii. The weather was perfect. Well, maybe sometimes a little too hot. Perfect honeymoon. Your husband's hero agency wasn't far away from your shared apartment, so you didn't feel the need to drive. Entering the pompous building, you walked through the lobby. The people there nodding respectfully towards you. After all, you were the boss's wife. No one dared to touch you or disrespect you. The elevator brought you up to the highest floor, where you entered through a purple velvet-decorated hallway into the high-ranked hero office. You were greeted by your old savior Deku, who was dressed in a sharp suit. "Hey, it's been a while," he said happily. Deku had been on patrol these past 2 weeks whenever you came to deliver food to your beloved, so there wasn't much time to talk. Deku himself had been employed for a year now. In fact, it seemed all your husband's former classmates had been employed here. Some initially more shocked by his transformation than others, and some were less enthusiastic about this situation, but it was convenient and quite lucrative. "How's Ayazawa doing?" asked Deku.
Dad is busy with schoolwork. He's currently teaching quite rowdy third years. There's this girl with a seduction quirk, and she's apparently giving him a constant headache."
You giggled. Didn't Kachan fight a girl with that quirk once? The two of you looked over to the explosive blonde who had been eavesdropping on the conversation. He blushed and just growled. "That little witch made me say the most stupid crap."
"Well, I must get going. Hubby is probably waiting for his food,"
you said after a short conversation. But then Deku interjected. "Well, actually I think he said he'd rest in the hot tub for a bit. He had an exhausting day today."
"Oh, I see,"
you said and blushed. Yet still, you went into your husband's office.
"Hubby!"
you shouted into the large room. His office was around the size of your living room, and looked more like a small loft apartment than a place of work. The hot tub stood at the right corner of the room in front of a huge glass wall overviewing the city. It was extremely beautiful at night. As you stepped towards his desk, setting down the food, before you looked towards the tub, there he was. Your husband. #1 hero of Japan, Minoru Mineta, better known as the pro hero Vignette. He upgraded his name from grape juice in celebration of getting the #1 hero title. His head turned to face you and he smiled. And in his beautiful deep voice he greeted you. "Ah, there you are." He slowly stood up, water droplets running down his perfectly toned muscles. He was wearing swim trunks that barely hit his 12 inches. Over his life, Mineta understood how his balls worked, allowing him to show off his natural hair eventually. It was long, reaching down to his shoulders, was a dark purple color, and only at the top of his scalp his quirk's sticky balls appeared. Thanks to expensive hair products, he was able to integrate them into his hairstyle. It looked absolutely dashing. "Come, let's sit down and eat," he said as he walked over to his desk, opening the container. "Ah, pork cutlets. A shame we have to heat them up in the microwave."
Yeah.
You responded with a heavy blush. He gently threw the food into the kitchen gadget as you set down a clean plate on his desk. It's fine," he said. "Bring another." You blushed hard.
But I made only one serving for you.
"You don't eat much, plus I had a big breakfast today." He smirked. "Let's have a little lunch date. Just you and me, babe." You smiled from ear to ear. You had been married for 2 years and he still called you babe. He quickly slapped your rear as he walked past you to sit down on his office chair, while you sat down on the one before his desk. Sharing food with your husband made your heart skip a beat. Not to mention, he still hasn't put on a shirt. The food was quite good. Of course it was. You cooked it. Despite it coming out of the microwave, of course. "It's delicious," said Mineta. "You're an amazing cook." Blushing, you responded.
Only for you, Mineta."
He chuckled in response. As you were eating, he talked about his day. You clung to every word he said, like it was a religious sermon. After all, you just don't disrespect your husband. However, once your meal was finished, and you had taken the plates to his office sink, he once again approached you. As you were cleaning the dishes to put them away, his massive hands gently cupped your lower cheeks, making you shudder in delight. "Hey, I'd like some dessert, if you don't mind." Something poked your ear, and you smiled.
What did you have in mind?
How about some melons? He said as he grabbed your chest from behind before lifting you into his arms, bridal style. His fingers gently massaged your bum as he walked you over to the hot tub. "Peaches and cream would be nice too." You bit your lower lip, heart beating faster.
Well, then
unpack your dessert and enjoy it. Hey, thank you for watching my video until the end. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and watch a few more. But before I say goodbye, I'd like to remind you to like the video and subscribe. That really helps the YouTube algorithm. That's all. Hope you have a good day. Until next time. Bye!